Hey, this is Broomba, and welcome to Multiple Box and Power Hour episode number 3. Tonight we're going to be looking at two more features of WoW's add-on system that I use to make my multi-boxing experience just awesome and easy and convenient. As you can see here, this is Broomba, and I just created him on a new server. I think it's Surinamar. Yeah, so I don't know. It's just one of those new servers. It's actually new players. It's a PvE server anyway. I figured it'd be fitting to actually show Broomba, hot me, as a night elf, because that's who Broomba originally was, as a night elf. And I'm going to show you some features of Titan Panel, which is the one up here at the top. Show you what I use and how I configure it and all that. And then secondly is my UI, my X-Pro. So Bartender was last week, Macros was last week, so I'm not going to mess with those this week. I'm going to be messing with the Titan Panel and the X-Pro UI with the target of my main character and the target of my pet. Have that option available or not. And then up here basically showing you the ins and outs of what I choose and how I configure this on and all that. And basically go from there. For starters, I'm going to leave, for starters, I'm going to leave the original Blizzard UI bar, or the Blizzard bar setup, and the bars itself set up like it is. In going forward with this now, I then turn my attention to my add-ons. This is the add-on control panel. I recommend highly anybody who uses add-ons in WoW. I've been using this pretty much since probably early spring of 2010. Or maybe as late. Yeah, actually, I started using this when the Lich King Citadel opened up. The very first time that instance, that raid actually opened up for the players to go, and I think that was like 10, sometime in early mid 10ish, 2010ish, maybe even the summer of 10. Anyway, I've been using it for about 2 years, coming up on 2 years now. I recommend highly anybody, like I said, to use this. This is a very easy, manageable system of your add-ons to load or to disable or to enable, and you just click load and reload and all that, and you can just basically, instead of logging off each time to add to enable or disable an add-on to be used in the game, because it takes time, 20 seconds sometimes, or instant if you're in an actual or an actual building that actually doesn't have a countdown timer. This way you can actually go in and say, oh, I see my problem, I'm having problems with an add-on, or I want to turn an add-on off or turn an add-on on. I just go in here and say, okay, I want the guild XP bar to show up, click reload, and then the screen will reload as you see now, and you'll see in a minute the XP bar, guild bar pop up right there. There it is. So since we're not in a guild here, we're going to actually turn that off. So I'll just go in here, check that off, reload, and now that add-on feature is turned off until I turn it back on or until I remove it, which I don't. I usually use it on my main character. So let's get cracking. We'll do the UI first. We'll do the X-Pearl Vision thing first. So what we'll do is, oh, by the way, before we do that, real quick, here's, where's the Titan Panel? There it is, Titan Panel. So when you load Titan Panel into your add-on folder in your main WoW account under interface, you're going to get a whole bunch of options. You're going to have a bag feature, a gold feature, a location feature, a loot, performance, repair, profession. You can get that separately. But nonetheless, you can use that as one of the features of Titan Panel. And you can get other features as well. I don't use a lot of the features of Titan Panel. I mainly use the Titan Panel, which is the basic bar. I show the bag, which basically shows how much items I have in a bag. This means I have only one thing in my item, so 1 out of 16 slots. My gold, there it is right there in its glory, 0 copper. I'm a newbie. Loot type, when you're in a group or a raid or an instance or guild or whatnot, and it'll show you basically, is it free for all, is it just set to master loot, or is it random. Performance is not checked, and you have to go into Titan Panel and actually select or deselect that feature to be used and shown on the screen or shown on the bar itself. Repair, that is your durability. And professions, when you have a profession, you go on, once again, you go into the Titan Panel bar, and I think it's left click or right click. I'll show you in a minute how it's done. and enable or disable that feature. So let's go real quick, and this is the way I set mine up. I always have my money, copper, money, gold option over to the far right. I have I have durability, or I have bags, usually like that. I have money, bags, and durability in that order. That's the way I do it, right? And then you right click it, you built it in, there's your performance. Now if I do have performance, shows you your frames per second and how much RAM you're using for add-ons. This is what this means. This is 30 frames per second, and I'm using 22 megs of RAM of add-ons to run these add-ons while I was running. So what you do is you right click it up here in the panel bar, and you go down to performance, and you can either go over here and select show icon, show label text, or show color text. Well, if you do show, I've never done it. Okay, there you go. It actually just shows you the numbers plus exactly what those numbers represent. Typically, I used to show these. I used to actually have this enabled in game, but I don't anymore. Really, there's a loot type solo. And if you left click that, oh, you can roll. So actually, you can roll that. I don't do that really. You can show a difficulty: 5-player heroic, 25 man heroic, 10 random row, show icon, hide. So I really don't do that one. Oh, let's see if I can get 100 on this one. Oh, actually no. One time I actually did roll 100 on one of these things. Anyway, I usually turn that off. I haven't used that much, since I'm usually multi-boxing, and so I kind of really know what's kind of going on with my characters. General, yeah, I'll leave those blank. Combat, I'll leave that. Nothing for information. Interface, yeah, I'll leave that alone. Profession, here's where you do professions. Now, if you have a profession, then you're going to go over here, like, first of all, you're going to go into profession and highlight it. Make sure it's installed, first of all, in your WoW interface folder. And then when you go over here, you can have a little textbook. See, when I do it again, and I take that off, oh, textbook's gone, right? I do it again, and oh, textbook is back, right there. And then what you do is you right-click it, and if you have a profession like skinning, leatherworking, mining, herbalism, alchemist, or anything of that nature, and you right-click it, it's actually going to pop down and say, hey, you have you've mined you've got a score 25 out of 50 or 25 out of 75, depending on what your level of a miner or a skinner or herbalist or whatever it is. And you can show the icon, or you can't show the icon. It's up to you. It's entirely up to you in that regard. I don't have professions. I usually don't use professions when I'm multi-box. Only when I'm doing solo players is when I do that. It's the only reason why I actually will show professions. Is when I actually solo, like Broomba. He might actually be on this server, because I actually have a multi-boxing. No, I don't have a team on this one. I have nothing on this team. I have nothing on this realm. This is a new realm for me, so I don't know. I might actually level them up on this server, or I might not. If I do, and if I do a profession, I might show you exactly my profession level when I do that. And we're going to have a little neighbor over here. Anyway, that's enough said on that. So yeah, this is then what I finally do after I get all this configuration nice. And most people actually have this entire bar just littered with add-on stuff and features from Titan Panel and add-ons added to Titan Panel. I don't like it too clunky. I don't like it too congested. Anyway, the final thing for Titan Panel is this. I go down to transparency. All my characters, A, B, and C, and D, and E, whatever I'm doing, a solo guy or a multi-boxing team guy, I go over here to bar, the top one, and this is the top bar. You can see in a minute it gets colored, and you go to the left, oh, it disappears. I go over here to the far right, which is 1. I click OK, and it makes it more solid. It brings it more definition. It brings it more tone. And we're going to see, where the hell did that person go? Does she know a secret? Hey, this is, I did not know this. Okay, anyway, yeah, okay. Little side trip, little side vacation there. Okay, anyway, so that's Titan Panel. The final one is my X-Pearl. This is relatively simple. And Titan Panel automatically loads up if you have it enabled into the add-on feature. You don't have to do /bartender /Xpearl /whatever. But in this case, Xpearl does. So you go /XPERL, and it brings up Xpearl. Now, if you have more than one person in your team, in your raid, in your multi-boxing, whatever, then you're going to have, of course, do the original setup that I have shown you who do Jamba, macros, bartender, and whatever other features I showed you guys how to do in the last 3 episodes, last 2 episodes, pardon my mistake there. Anyway, what I do is simply, this is the way I set my Xpearl up on each of my guys or each of my one solo person. I move my party member down. Of course, this is all going to be configured first. This is basically my last, almost my last step to do is Xpearl. My first thing to do is my bartender. Second thing to do is typically my Jamba and adding the team members to my Jamba. And then the third thing is to do my macros on all my guys. And the last thing really, and my bartender is the fourth thing I do. And the last thing really I do is basically my Xpearl. So it's kind of in that order. First it's bartender. Second it's the Jamba. Get the team set up in the Jamba feature so that you can just when you do your macros, the third step, you'll have an invite macro. You click that, all your guys are aligned, and then it's good. It looks good. It looks perfect, and the UI, your user interface is not too clunky. And then I go to the Titan panel, which takes about, Lord, I don't know, 30 seconds. And then I do the bartender, which takes a good 3 to 5 minutes. Macros takes a good minute, maybe at most, for all three of my guys or whatever there is. And then lastly is my Xpearl UI feature. I do try to bring my pet and my hunter like kind of in close proximity. And then what I do is I simply grab or focus a target onto my main guy, right? And then my cat, I can have a feature of my cat. I kind of leave the size. Oh, he's actually focusing me. He's actually looking at my cat. I mean, so I kind of leave these kind of the way they are, kind of nice and rather medium, big, large size, so I can actually see the numbers, and so can you, the streamers, the viewers. So that's that. I can go in here and make player portrait. I don't use player portrait. I don't know. I don't know. I tried it. I used to do player portraits. Cat. I can do cat portrait. I don't typically do that. Extra width. This makes your cat bar wider, and I kind of set it around, I don't know, 60, 50, 60, 70 width. Pet frame scale. This makes it large, 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 small, small, small. I set around 90, 80, whatever it is. So that's that. My players same way. Focus frame scale. Oh yeah, when I have a focus like that, focus frame scale. Well, I never use that really. Target. There it is. Target frame scale. I don't know what I'm thinking. There's a target. So sometimes I actually make it larger. Sometimes I just make it 89%. I just keep it normal. Player frame scale. This is for me. I can make myself my frame scale large or make myself frame scale very small. And that's usually set it around kind of status quo across the spectrum. Target. This is a target portrait. I'm focusing that tiger, the night saber. So therefore he's going to have a photo of himself. Or focus. This is the enable focus of focus. So like for instance, when I'm multi-boxing and I have all my other B, C, D guys focus on my target, they're going to actually have on their screen their name, whatever it's a pet or not, and then they're going to focus on my target, and then they actually have another focus over here which is focusing on me. So they're actually going to have a frame within the frame within the frame is basically what it is. I try to do that. I try to disable all that because it's clutter. It's just not pretty. It's not appealing to me, the player. And I like to have a lot of things pretty much smoothed out and not cluttered or not, not congested. This is a party. You can have party names. You can have party portraits. I don't. Your focus, you can actually let me focus him again. Okay, focus frame scale. Anyway, so yeah, I don't mess with this bottom one here. I usually kind of get these two set. get my pet set like this, and then do my focus. I leave that alone. Party, I leave that alone. Really, I mean, this is just for, you can get really specific now. Do target a target, or target's target. So, for instance, if my saber-tooth tiger is attacking, or my pet's attacking the saber-tooth tiger, I've got targets on. So, for instance, I'll show you actually. So I've got target portrait. Well, I'll take the target portrait off, but I've got targets on. So I'm going to send my pet down there. I'm going to shoot down there. Well, if this guy doesn't kill it, and my cat's going to grab aggro off of him, and he's going to focus on me. And I'll just show you. So I got target, focus on there. Well, didn't last very long. Hold on. Target, actually maybe focus. There it is. That might be it. Enable focus frame. That might be it. Let's try another one. I don't normally mess with those. Like I said, it gets too cluttered. That person just disappeared too. There's supposed to be a secret vortex over there that I'm not quite aware of. Anyway, we'll do it again. Maybe not. Anyway, I try not to mess with all that crap. That to me is irrelevant. Okay, it's a blooper. I'm not going to edit it out because, you know what? It's no need to edit it out. Anyway, I don't mess with this crap. I really don't. It's basically good for your other B and C guys and D guys. I don't mess with it, actually. Actually, it's a pet target, actually. That's what I was trying to show you. So, I'll show you again. Okay, for the third and final, maybe the third and final time is a lucky charm. Okay, so I've got pet's target focus. Now, I'm going to shoot it. And see, now he's got it focused on, say, you can see the little extra frame there. I don't like that. I personally do not like that. Some people do, I don't. Especially hardcore raiders, love that. I don't. So, anyway, yeah, I just want to show you a little bit of thing. Oh, I'm going to level in a minute. I'm going to show you a little bit of extra thing here. Maybe a little extra video here that I don't know about. Yeah, I didn't know that this was over here. The people are just like disappearing. Yeah, I don't know where. I don't know. That's weird. 2 people came over here and they're gone. Explain that to me. Well, okay, maybe I'm gonna find something out here. I'm gonna jump into my space. Yeah, I mean, I did not know this was over here. I mean, what is... I mean, can I make it? I don't know. Anyway, I just never knew that was over there, and I just saw 2 people actually run over there and disappear, without a trace. I don't know. So, anyway, yeah, that's it for pretty much of that. And that's how I usually set my bartender, my Titan panel up on my X Pro. I'm sorry about that. My bartender was last week. So anyway, yeah, well, that's that. And keep in mind to follow me on Twitch, Twitter, Facebook, YouTube. Email me at thebroomba@com. And follow me on twitch.tv/Broomba. And YouTube channel is youtube.com/Broomba. And so follow me on those social media outlets for updates, videos, live streams, and of course goodies, and big announcements like the contest coming up within the next couple of weeks and extending into months. So yeah, that's the big announcement that will happen in March. And in conclusion, there'll be 1 winner every 2 weeks for a total of 3 winners a month. And the prize is going to be good. So, and I'll have more updates on exactly how and when and who is eligible for the contest winner. And we'll go from there. So, yeah, well, hope you enjoy this little tutorial. This is, I've kind of, my Broomba's Corner little vlog tonight basically said is not going to be no more than 15-20 minutes long, and that probably is about accurate. So anyway, yeah, good stream today, and I'll be posting this on YouTube along with my Broomba's Corner video, and I hope to see you guys online. And remember, see you online. And yeah, I had a slogan actually. Oh, my fellow hunters. Yes, my fellow hunters. I believe that's what my new slogan is. Anyway, check you guys later.